Hello Cyberg, my name is Ubiji. Welcome to ClickMind. Our thoughts impact our feelings, shaping how we feel in different situations. It's like our mind's own weather report. Sunny thoughts lead to sunny feelings, while stormy thoughts can leave us feeling down. But here's the kicker. A lot of those thoughts are just us assuming stuff about what's going on, which totally messes with how we feel. So, it's like we're writing our own drama script in our heads. Negative self-thinking plays a significant role in the complex web of depression. It creates a continuous loop and prolongs depressive symptoms. Some people can live with depression for years without even realizing it. It's not uncommon for them to exhibit negative thinking patterns as a coping mechanism. It's like a silent enemy, making them feel worthless and hopeless, but they don't connect the dots of depression itself. So, here are 5 negative self-thinking styles of depression that can help you make sense of the chaos in your mind. But before we jump into that, if you're new to this channel and you're interested in promoting the awareness about mental health, please consider subscribing to our channel and be part of us. Now let's get into the topic. Self-blaming. Blaming occurs when we are on the hunt for answers and trying to pinpoint who or what at fault. When we are depressed, we often find ourselves believing we are responsible for the bad things that happen, like blaming ourselves and believing we are unlovable when the relationship ends, or blaming yourself for your financial difficulties. This tendency often comes from our family, who taught us to blame ourselves whenever things went wrong. The pattern of self-blame can intensify the emotional pain of depression because the relentless cycle of self-blame can increase rumination and exacerbate feelings of hopelessness and despair, making it even more challenging to break free from depressive thoughts and behaviors. Self-punishment. Do you often think that when things go wrong, it's because you somehow deserve it? Do you get the sense that God's giving you a hard time because of your past misdeeds? These thoughts often stem from the belief that good things will only happen if we are good, and bad things will happen if we are bad. This pattern of thinking leads to projecting self-punishment, where we suffer upon ourselves as a form of punishment for perceived wrongdoings. It's like we are our own judge and jury. Every day, we sit in judgment, endlessly scrutinizing every action, every word, every thought, and always finding ourselves guilty. This leaves us feeling powerless, ashamed, and trapped in the cycle of depression, with seemingly no way to break free. Self-rating. Self-rating means we measure ourselves based on our perceptions and judgment. It's like a person rating their fitness progress in a workout routine, or someone evaluating their empathy by rating how well they can stand when their friend is upset or needs support. But for people with depression, they often have a distorted self-perception and might rate themselves more negatively. It's like seeing the world through a dark lens. A person with depression might rate their own value very low, feeling worthless or believing they are a burden to others. As a result, it becomes lower their self-esteem, making recovery more difficult because they believe that their situation is hopeless. Self-bullying. Self-bullying is a pattern of harsh and critical self-talk where people belittle themselves. It often appears in times of stress and vulnerability. Self-bullying is a coping mechanism that can stem from low self-esteem, past trauma, or unrealistic expectations. For people with depression, self-bullying becomes more hostile, and they tend to label themselves as worthless, bad, or weak. In a nutshell, we become enemies to ourselves, constantly undermining our self-worth and potential. As self-bullying intensifies, we lose our capacity for inner compassion, self-forgiveness, and making it harder to break free from depression. To combat self-bullying, it's crucial to develop self-compassion and challenge negative self-talk. Seeking professional help can help you to provide valuable tools and support to overcome self-bullying and improve mental well-being. Social comparison. Have you ever felt inadequate when you see your friends post about a job promotion? Do you feel envious when you see friends posting pictures of luxurious vacations? Humans compare themselves to others due to a natural need for self-evaluation. There are two types of social comparison: upward social comparison and downward social comparison. Upward comparison is when you compare yourself to someone you think is better off than you, and it often makes you feel worse about yourself, thinking you are not good enough. Downward comparison is when you compare yourself to someone you think is worse off than you. This can make you feel better temporarily and boost your ego. Many researchers show that people with depression tend to engage in upward social comparison, where they compare themselves to those they perceive as better. This can worsen their depression by reinforcing feelings of inadequacy and low self-worth. Cybergy, those were 5 self-thinking styles of depression. Remember, this video content is not intended to be a substitute for professional medical advice. If you or someone you know is struggling with negative thoughts or any other mental health issue, please don't be hesitant to reach out professional help. Thank you for watching and see you in the next topic.